But what other things have you lent into that's allowed you to really remain solid?
Yeah, so where I'm at now, I have like a framework, or a method that I use, and I've seen this work in my own journey, my own healing journey, and in clients. But so I call this the awareness to action method. And if we were to like go through and look at it, right, like way back when I was, kind of like on my own, and I think back to the time when I was first pregnant with my first kiddo, and I was 20 years old, and so if I were to go through the framework, a lot of that is the mindset shifts, right? Like it's awareness, so we notice what is like out of alignment, and noticing like what is it in our body that we notice when we're out of alignment, right? Do we feel heavy? Do we feel stuck? Do we feel like we can't get control of our thoughts, we can't tap into our intuition, like we don't even know what we think, what we believe? And a lot of that is really looking at what are our values, what are the values that we want to move forward with in life that may differ a lot from the ones that we were kind of told we should have growing up in a toxic religion. And so when we can kind of have awareness of like where we want to go and where we are and what's not working for us right now, that really helps us to be able to move forward then, because we have a vision that we're moving towards, and we also know here's the values that I'm living from, and this is how I can tell when I'm in alignment is because I'm doing things that are in line with these values. And then acceptance is the next piece, and that really is about not only accepting ourselves where we are, but also accepting the past versions of ourselves and accepting the places that the people in our life are at. There's always the chance that those people are never going to see what you saw and get out. And being able to accept that and set the boundaries that you need, to protect yourself, to keep yourself feeling safe and stable and secure, whether that is like you don't go to the church anymore, you don't go to certain people's houses anymore, maybe you meet on neutral ground, or maybe there are people that just are not safe people to have in your life, and you have to, go no contact. Like everybody's going to be a bit different on how they approach that. But then authenticity is the piece where like, that's where you're truly showing up as who you truly are, right? Like, so you are truly living from your values, you're parenting how you want to parent, and you're able to then like go into the next phase, which is ancestral healing. Are we sitting down with our kids and apologizing for ways in which we may have harmed them in the past when we were still living from that default conditioning? Because a lot of us, we don't get those apologies from our parents. We don't even get them to acknowledge that maybe the ways that they did things, they might have been doing their best, but it doesn't mean that we weren't harmed. And there's still room for apologizing for the way that we did that with our kids if we were still, in that same headspace when we started parenting. So yeah, that's kind of like the mindset shifts for me really is from my methodology, because that's how I have been able to kind of continue to heal forward.